and welcome to Dante's Quest. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Siri, and we are reading the ElfQuest comics issue by issue. So if you want to follow the story, you can read ElfQuest for free at elfquest.com. And remember to follow us on your favorite podcast platform.
Thank you to everyone who have supported us through Buy Me a Coffee so far. If you would like to support us as well, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/TUQ podcast. Today we're going to talk about Wild Hunt number 20 and 21. The humans go up against each other. And then there was Leringhen against the elves. A betrayal is discovered within the tribe. Not everyone can accept the way. A cub runs into Leringhen's hands, and the chief's position is challenged.
We start today's episode where we left last time, and
Yeah.
Leringhen's men are gonna attack Rowb and Rob's men
Yeah.
because they think Rowb Leringhen maybe go after Rob's men because he don't want them there.
No, he does it because he thinks that they're the ones that poisoned their men.
Yeah, so they do believe that they're behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's where we left off last. And this moment looks like a very good moment to attack them as well, because Rowb's men are just sitting by the fire, having a drink,
Let's
eating,
be honest.
relaxing.
They're never prepared.
No, but they're extra
and they're
unprepared.
not they're not smart enough to be like on guard 24/7. Like
No.
no one is watching around. Like
No.
of course, like you have to relax sometimes, but someone has to watch around.
Yeah, somebody has to be on watch at all times because you are in enemy territory.
And I like that when human attack human,
Yeah.
the first thing that Rowb is yelling is like demon. Like
It's got to be the demons. No, it's
no,
humans.
it's your own kind that is attacking you. So don't blame the elves.
If it was the elves, they wouldn't attack in this way. You would have seen them coming
Absolutely
running
not.
out of the forest with their knives up in the air while somebody was shooting arrows at you.
Yeah, and Rowb wouldn't have survived.
No. He just screams demons the second somebody gets shot. But if
Yeah.
the elves were to do it, somebody will stand there with a bow and arrow ready. Then the chief and the hunters would run out of the forest on the backs of their wolves with their knives up, screaming while they're shooting.
Yeah.
It's like a total shock attack.
He probably wouldn't have the time to yell for demons.
No!
Or trash.
No, he would be dead before he had the chance if it was the
Exactly.
elves.
Mm-hmm.
Because their attack is usually more brutal than this. Because they're just shooting 3 arrows.
Yeah, but is it only Leringhen that it's shooting arrows right here, or
No,
are
one
the
of the
other...
men is shooting with like the hand thingy. You can see his hand here.
Oh yeah, like in the foreground. Yeah.
Yeah. So he shoots 2 with the hand thing, and Leringhen shoots 2 with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, but all of not Leringhen's men, all of Rob's men end up dead,
Yeah.
except Rowb.
Yeah. And Rowb and Leringhen has this standoff in the middle of the forest.
And Rowb has the audacity to say to Leringhen when he comes out of the forest, like, you killed my men. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not your men.
No, you're not. They're not your men. They do not
No.
serve you. They serve the Jun. Are they under your control right now? Yes, but they're not your men. And I think it's very, like Leringhen says it very well, that you didn't seem to care much about your men earlier, because when they died, you wouldn't even bother to bury them. You just left them.
You didn't give the other ones time to heal up.
No, they were like really hurt and injured, and he was just like, we're living now,
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
But up in the trees, the elves are watching.
Some of them are pretty happy though. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, they're all dead, and we didn't even have to kill anyone.
Yes. And Mender gets a really good idea. He's like, I'm wearing human clothes, so I'll just sneak in there and I'll just like do some healing on them so that they can't walk.
Yeah. So and he wear the human clothes, so the ner-hound can't.
ner-wolf.
Ner-wolf. Yeah. He is the hound. Can't smell him.
Yeah, that's smart. So he
So
goes
smart.
in there and he
evil heals, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, like he uses his healing powers to injure. But he literally like cuts off the hamstring so they can't walk.
Oh, that's what he does.
Yeah. He says it that he injured their hamstring.
Oh, I
So,
thought
like,
maybe he's like disformed their legs or something.
no, it was just a hamstring. Like they will be fine in
Yeah, I
time. They
like.
will be able to walk again.
Yeah, I got it later that he said that eventually they will be normal again.
Yeah.
So it's not permanent.
No, it was a hamstring. So
Well,
they're in pain.
yeah,
It's
and it's not really easy to walk when your hamstring are
no,
slashed up.
no. But it's smart though because it's a very easy way of making them incapable of going after the elves
Absolutely.
without leaving them with any lasting injury.
Yeah, and what is this projectile that is flying?
Projectile where?
That is flying by Leringhen's. Oh, I got it.
It's an
Like,
arrow.
yeah, it's when the man is sliced up, like
Yeah.
so
They're
they
like
shoot their
yeah,
arrows. I got
yeah.
it because I was like, what is like suddenly flying? The elves are not attacking. Like, what is happening right now?
You know, it's the metal arrows from the hand bow thing that they have.
Yeah, I noticed it now.
I think it's called a hamstring.
Heel string.
Yeah, I think it's a hamstring.
Oh yeah, or heel string. I don't know because you know when you cut off the nerve thing behind your knees,
Mm-hmm.
you basically can't hold yourself up because that thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's like or no, it is the heel string. Like when you cut right on top of your heel cap, right here, that like this tension holds you
Så är det
standing.
hamstringen då?
This is the hamstring. That's the muscle. The hamstring is the muscle.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So they cut like this. It's not a nerve. It's like a like
it's a tendon.
Yeah, it's like tension right there. So when you cut that one, you
Literally can't
stand,
walk.
You can't stand up
Yeah.
because the tension is not there.
Yeah.
Like even how strong you are is physically impossible.
Yeah, you can crawl.
Yeah, but you can't stand up.
No. So they can't walk, so they need to heal. So Leringhen sends them back home with Rowb and he's like, take care of my men. If anything happens to them, I will fucking kill you.
Mm-hmm. Take care of them because he knows he's not gonna do it though.
Yeah, but at least he won't hurt them when he says that. Like, no, you won't take care of them, but you won't injure them any further either. Because he doesn't really want to be on Leringhen's bad side.
Or he doesn't really say take care of them. He's like take them back to the town and they better be alive.
Yeah.
So it's not like take care of them, just bring them back so someone else can take care of them.
Yeah.
But if you like leave them behind so they die,
yeah,
not good for you.
That's not happening. But when Rowb comes back, he writes a letter to Jun at once saying like, send me lots of men. Leringhen has teamed up with the elves. He's rogue. He's just trying to get the healer for himself. Blah, 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 blah.
He's basically lying. Full of bullshit letter.
Yeah, he's just mad that Leringhen won't follow his orders.
Or I think he's mad because Leringhen, he knows that Leringhen is gonna succeed. And Leringhen's gonna get like all the
but he wouldn't mind.
He
wouldn't mind Leringhen succeeding if Leringhen just listened to him.
I feel that Rowb wants to have like be on top when they.
Yeah, but
succeed.
I mean, if Leringhen had been under Rowb's control, so to speak.
But then Rowb has the feeling that he is the one who succeeded.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So then,
he can't control Leringhen.
No.
He's his own person. He doesn't listen to Rowb, so he's mad that Leringhen won't listen.
Yeah, but anyway, Leringhen is the leader of the mission. Yeah. Leringhen is the one deciding, and that's the problem for Rowb. He wants to be that.
Was sent initially just to be the Jun's eyes and ears with Leringhen.
Yeah, he was more like a second commander or...
Yeah. He was sent to be a person from that Jun so much trusts, and that he trusts will listen to him and his
or maybe
orders, just to make sure that everything goes correctly.
Yeah, he's the leader or the chief of. He's the commander of the soldiers or like the men.
The soldiers Leringhen didn't want.
Yeah, so because Leringhen don't want to take care of them, so
Yeah.
Rowb want to take care of them, but they are supposed to listen to Leringhen,
Yeah, they are.
which is Rowb's problem because he wants to be in charge.
Yeah, he wants to be the boss. He wants to be the master. He doesn't understand why Leringhen, so to speak, has a higher rank than him.
Exactly. So when Leringhen decides to go off by himself, he's like, I'm going to put a stopper for this.
Yeah. Back in the elves' camp, they have been holding an eye with Leringhen for a while. For several days, actually, at this point, and he's just sitting there, feeding himself and his ner-wolf and not doing anything else.
No.
And there's this interaction. It's kind of sweet, kind of not, because it's Ember and Mender talking together. And they're like flirting and
calling each other love mate.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a little cheesy.
I don't like that they are love mates though.
Now, we have been very open about that. We're not on that bandwagon. But you can see Dushine and Scouter. And Scouter is thinking to himself like clean chase. She likes being hunted like this. This is Bearclaw at his worst talking.
But he's a man.
And
Ember is more like a teenager. I feel a lot of teenage girls really get off on the hunting feeling, and when they suddenly get the man or they give up, they're like, nah, I'm bored.
But they're also talking about the hunt with Leringhen and how they're like kind of play hunting with him as well. And I think he's just annoyed that this is the kind of things that Bearclaw would do. He would just play around with people, with Mender and with Leringhen.
Do you now think about when Jun was playing with Leringhen? Like they're teasing Leringhen?
No.
Oh.
It has nothing to do with Jun. It's Ember.
But isn't it Jun that is playing?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with it.
Oh. Well, then I don't follow.
It says here, like they're talking. You know, lawmate, I'm beginning to understand your challenge hunger. When did I say I wanted the chief's lock? Wanting to dare the biggest bear, the cleverest enemy. I like the still one's challenge. He's a danger, but the best kind is a clean chase.
So it's more like
she enjoys playing with Leringhen, enjoys the hunt where nothing really is happening.
Because he's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Bearclaw used to do that as well.
It's different.
Yeah. But I think Scouter is generally a little bit annoyed. Like he challenged Ember in some earlier issues. Didn't go so well. And I think he's just annoyed with her. Annoyed with her and her actions. I think that he would like her to be more like Cutter. Think out a plan and fix it right now instead of just playing along for a while.
No, but she's not Cutter.
She's not Cutter.
And one thing I thought about reading these issues, since he is complaining so much and going against Ember so much, I was like, but didn't they all choose to go with Ember?
Yeah.
When the palace came back, they were like...
Yeah, they chose.
Yeah, she said, I want to go back and hunt all of Winterville's monsters.
Yeah.
Who want to come with me?
Yeah.
And Scouter chose to go with her.
Yeah.
Not with Cutter. So he can't complain that she's not like Cutter.
Of course she's not. She's not Cutter.
And
she is his daughter.
And he knew that because he has been complaining about not being Cutter when they were on Howling Rock too. And
yes, she is Cutter's daughter. She's gonna be like Cutter in many ways, but she's have a lot of similarities to his grandsire.
Yeah,
Bearclaw, because they are also related, and it's still his DNA running in her veins.
And she's learning from her own quest.
Yeah,
and developing her own personality.
Yeah.
And I bet a lot of people were complaining that Cutter wasn't like Bearclaw. They didn't say it,
No, but I think that they didn't compare him to Bearclaw because when he became chief, they had to flee and they had to go and find a new holt, and it ended up in the Sun Village. Nothing was similar to when they lived with Bearclaw.
no, but
Everything was so different.
don't you think when they were walking through the desert that they were maybe thinking, some of them, even though it's not said, that some of them like, oh, I think Bearclaw would have taken a different decision.
Yeah,
It's
he would have
natural.
stayed.
True. It's
So I think that they're happy that Cutter chose to
True.
flee, because I believe that Bearclaw would have chosen to stay and to try to fight and kill all the humans and
Yeah.
not leave the forest. So I don't think that they made comparisons to Cutter and Bearclaw in that situation, because they were in
True.
a very different situation,
Mhm.
because they fled their holt and they ended up in the troll caves and then in the desert and then looking for a new home, and nothing was anything that they ever experienced.
True. And
So there was
thinking-
nothing to really compare.
Yeah, and thinking about it, it might also be a little bit about that Bearclaw died. They can't get
Yeah.
him back. Cutter is still alive, so
Yeah.
he can
They can
still
still
change his mind.
choose another chief and
Yeah.
another way of leading.
But still, stop complaining. You chose Ember.
Yeah, he chose Ember.
Mm-hmm.
If Cutter and the others had fled the forest and gone right into a new forest, I definitely think they would have compared him to Bearclaw,
Yeah, true.
because they would have been in a similar situation to what they were living before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. But probably a lot about that one is dead and one is alive too.
Yeah, but also
Mhm. Yeah.
there's nothing really to compare when everything was so different.
Exactly.
But up in a tree, Yun is watching Leringhen. And he's just sitting there, relaxing and playing a flute.
So she decides to join him.
Yeah.
She basically mimic all of his tunes.
Yeah.
So they're playing together.
And it's kind of a really cute interaction, because he's like, I didn't know that they could play instruments, that they could mimic. I didn't know they could do this kind of stuff. He knows so much about the elves, but he doesn't seem to think that they are,
That's smart.
yeah, or intelligent. Like, of course,
Yeah.
he knows that they are good hunters, and they
But
live.
a lot of animals are good hunters too, so
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't think that he thinks of them as,
human like.
yeah. I think he thinks they're more animal-like.
Yeah. When they're done playing, it's just like, I'm too old for this. I can't play all night
Yeah.
long. I need to go to bed.
I need to sleep now. I'm tired. And Yoon just runs straight back home and tells Ember everything, how they played together and how he's so beautiful and amazing. And she had a lot of fun playing with him.
And doing that, she learned that he's talking Elfish, or like
Yeah,
their
the elf
language.
language.
Yeah.
But they kind of knew already, because Ember said that this is the second time we've heard him talk the elf language. And we talked about it before, that there was a phrase when they were hunting, and it was...
Yeah, but they still seem pretty surprised right now when she tells Ember that he like answered me, and she's like, yeah, now we know. Oh,
That's
maybe
the
it's like,
second time he used our tongue.
maybe it's like, now we know for sure
Yeah.
that.
Because you remember when they were up in the tree with
Yeah.
the bear, he like said something that we were reading and you were like, what is this word? Like, I don't know, I think it's elfish.
Oh, yeah, true. But that would probably just like one word, like, you're welcome, or
Yeah.
something like
so we
that.
talked about it that time, that I think he's talking the elfin
Yeah.
language and that they understood what he said.
But it's
Just
still
we
like, when
can
it's
read
one
it.
word, you're like, I don't know if he just know that one word.
If elves can a lot of human phrases,
Yeah.
but they don't speak the language. They can say like, hello, how are you? Like,
like when we
they
go
don't,
to
they don't
foreign
speak those
countries.
Yeah, they don't speak those phrases because those aren't helpful for elves, but like
Like,
in the same kind of realm of useful words. They know some words.
Yeah.
And that's when Ember starts thinking to herself, maybe he can be a resource. Maybe he can become like Little Patch.
Yeah, and she remembers a conversation she had with her father when she was super young, and she's like, "Oh, all humans are so dumb. I don't like them." Blah blah blah. Ember is asking Cutter, why do they even try to befriend humans when they are so mean? They destroy everything. They hunt them. They don't care about them.
They breed like rabbits. They take so much land.
And they just trash everything. They don't clean up after themselves.
They don't respect nature or the world around them.
That's the moment she realized that all kinds or species are different. Even though I kind of agree with Ember a little bit here. Like, us humans, we are animals. Like, or the worst kind of animals, basically.
Yeah. We take up a lot of land. We destroy. We don't respect nature enough.
We take more than we need.
Yeah. But it's very beautiful how Cutter like shows her the termites. Do you think that they're harming the tree? Do you think they're harming the nature? It's like, no.
They just take what they need.
Yeah.
But humans don't do that. But that's a different discussion.
Yeah. But he tried to put it in a way where she would understand that we're all different.
And she now realized that when they meet a human they can befriend, is a treasure for them.
Yeah.
But it's not happening often.
No, there's not a lot of them. So when you find one, you have to try to take care of that human.
She tells the other one that too. That Leringhen has left them alone for 8 days. So 8 days.
Yeah.
He knows we're here, but doesn't come sniffing around.
Yeah.
So which means like he's waiting for something. Maybe he wants to befriend us, but he's not a soldier. He's not here to kill us.
And he's not hunting them. He's just staying close by. We see Leringhen and he's sitting in his cave and he seems like he has a plan. He takes his spring trap thing and like buries it in the snow.
Metal.
I think it's a
jaw.
It's a bear trap.
I think so. It's like
yeah,
and it basically chop your leg off.
Yeah, I think it's called a bear trap.
Yeah, let's say it's a bear trap.
Yeah, and some of the elves are watching from within the trees.
Isn't it all of them? Since Ember said, "Let's go and talk to him." Too.
But we don't see that many. We only see 4 of them, so I don't think there's more than 4 or 5.
It's Ember, Mender, Krim.
Teir.
Is it Krim? Yeah.
Teir. And Yun.
Maybe almost all of them.
Yeah, but not all of them. Like, there's only some of them.
Yeah.
And they're watching, and suddenly the trap closes on Leringhen's hand.
Or does it?
Isn't
it more like
it says like snap, a trap, and he yells, and there's like blood.
Is it blood? Like, this is in black and white? No, I'm just kidding. I feel like first I thought that he kind of chopped off his hand or like...
Yeah.
But...
And that's also what Krim thinks.
But he is fully mobile later.
Yes, like this was a trap.
Yeah, he wanted them to run out, and he has a lot of other bear traps laying around, so they are running straight into them.
Yeah. So he made it look like he hurt himself. He probably had something there, like some meat, something that could make the trap go off, and that would like give off some blood. Because of course, oh no, there can't be blood because they said that they don't smell any blood.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's like
but it looks like there's blood.
Maybe there's like some juice.
Yeah. Anyway, he made the trap go off and tricked the elves. And Krim just runs straight in. Like, he's defenseless. He's caught. Let's take him down.
Yeah, and Krim is running in because she's a go back. She doesn't realize that something is wrong since she can't smell that it's not smelling like blood.
Yeah, she doesn't
can't
have the same nose as the wolf riders do.
No, like the rest of the wolf riders stay back because they are like, well, wait, there's something wrong.
And also Teir doesn't seem to have the wolf blood either because he chases after her.
Yeah, and Teir's wolf.
Yeah.
Teir's wolf back legs are basically torn off.
Yeah.
And sadly, though, the ner-wolf,
ner-wolf,
kills Teir's wolf.
Yeah, the ner-wolf just sees that the wolf is hurt and it goes straight in for the kill.
Yeah, this is weak.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of Teir's wolves that are hurt. It's not one.
No, but I felt there was only the leader wolf that was killed. Could be more that it's
Yeah, I think there's more because some of them look like they got caught pretty bad, but the one that the ner-wolf attacks is Teir's wolf friend, and it kills that wolf. It like chews on its throat.
Yeah.
And Leringhen runs in and is like, no, don't kill that. Don't kill.
But that's too late.
Yeah. Leringhen doesn't want him to do that. He doesn't want them to kill the wolves. Like, the wolves haven't done anything, and he's not there to, like, kill the elves either. He wants to trap Mender.
Yeah, and he don't want to have the elves as enemies.
No.
He don't want them to have, like, the killer instinct or the revenge instinct.
No, he does really want to get a Mender, but he doesn't want to hurt the elves.
No. He don't need to kill the other ones to get Mender.
No.
He can get him different ways.
Yeah. So this is the first time that Leringhen and Ember really gets looking at each other, and they're just standing there. And it gives like the energy, and it gives the energy of a chief looking at another chief.
Yeah. I really like this moment. And
yeah.
Ember comes in with like so much trust, so much like, let's just be friends.
Yeah.
And Leringhen is just, I would have, but your people killed my man.
Yeah.
She's like, no, we didn't.
Yeah, you did, because you left the branches for us to find, and you poisoned our people.
And your healer dismantled my man's legs. When Mender.
Yeah, but after he said about the branches and the smoke, she's like, Teir. And Leringhen answers with, your eyes, I see. It was one of you. You did it.
But I think he also realized that she wasn't aware.
Yeah.
That it wasn't her orders, but in his eyes, it doesn't matter though. Like, it was like the elves that
they still did it, even though she wasn't aware and she didn't approve of it. It was still done.
He's not ready to fight though. He's just like, let's just leave it here. But next time we meet, it's your head or mine.
But it's kind of funny that he says, you know nothing of family or loyalty. You're cold, inhumane, soulless.
Says the one who prefer to be alone. Doesn't want anyone going with him.
And it's so funny because the elves are so close-knit.
Yeah. He hasn't even mentioned like... He hasn't even mentioned that, I have to go home to my wife and children.
Because he doesn't have any.
No, he hasn't mentioned any of that. So he is alone. He prefers to be alone. He is a loner.
He is a loner.
And he's like, you don't know any of family. They are a big family altogether.
Yeah, it's very obvious that Leringhen cares a lot about the men that he has with him and everything. And he's a caring person. Yeah, and he's like a caring person. But
that's not the same as family person.
No. And all of the elves are this big, loving family. But he doesn't understand it because he doesn't know enough about the elves to know these dynamics and everything that goes on in a tribe.
And so I feel like he also don't understand, though, that they are not inhumane. They are protecting their family.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing what they're doing. Because they're hunting their family.
Yeah. So when Ember gets back to the tribe, she calls for a council. Right now, everyone has to be there, and she calls Tate out in front of everyone. You did this. You poisoned them. You knew they were gonna die. It wasn't a maybe.
No.
You knew.
And that was one of her rules. We can go in for a fight and trick them,
Yeah.
but when you know your tricks are gonna lead to certain death, that's forbidden.
Yeah. And Ember gives him a harsh ultimatum. I swear on my chief's luck. Cross me once more, and I'll have Mender burn out your power. We'll keep your wolves, but drive you out for good. And he
Yeah.
realizes that how serious it is to oppose your chief. Your chief's word is law.
Yeah.
She says, don't kill the humans. You don't kill the humans.
I feel he basically surrendered and confessed to all his sins, but he's like, but let me just explain.
Yeah. He
I
says,
know I
hear
did you
me.
wrong, but for me, I didn't think like you. I think like this way because I was always alone.
Yeah, I grew up with people, but they died, and no one except my father really mourned anyone. And when my dad died, he starved to death for love. I was all alone, and I've never had a family or someone to care about except you.
And you were the first one to ever believe in me and took me in.
Yeah,
And I never felt anything like this, so I want to protect you.
yeah. So he's just trying to do what he can to protect Ember and to take care of her, but he doesn't understand that he can do that and
Hurt them.
yeah, he still have to listen to his chief.
Yeah. And it's not only Ember he wants to protect the whole tribe.
Yeah.
He's never felt to have a family before.
No, he's never felt welcome.
He never
or,
felt this amount of love and how much that can basically increase his power, increase his happiness.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. Whilst it is the love maid who hears, it is the chief who answers. Like, yes, she listens as someone who loves him, but she has to answer as a chief because she is a chief.
I think he can see it in her eyes too that she really heard him.
Yeah.
And that it's like touching her.
Yeah.
But she can't answer as a life mate.
Love mate.
She has to answer as a chief.
Yeah, because that's what she is first. Especially because she is currently lecturing him. You can't lecture him as a chief and then answer as a love mate when he explains what happened. You still have to respond as that chief.
Especially not in front of the whole tribe. He can't get special treatments.
It wouldn't be right even if they were alone. They can have this discussion later when they are in private and they can talk as love mates.
Yeah.
But this is a lecturing conversation and she can't start lecturing. He explains and she responds like love mate because it's conflict of interest. So she tells him that he is not allowed to do anything, say anything, or use magic unless she says so.
And it's time for them to move on. Leringhen has won this forest. They are not supposed to stay and like rest up, pack your stuff, and we're leaving this place tomorrow.
Yeah. So Teir goes and huddles up with all of his wolves and looks so cozy and warm and fluffy.
It does. He don't need any furs to snuggle up
No,
in. He has all the wolves.
All the wolves, and it's like a big dog pile. But Pooh comes over and talks to him, and he's very worried because Tate's wolf friend was killed.
Pooh is just a kid, so he's so attached to his new wolf friend. They haven't had a bond for so long, and he just think about if he lost his friend, what would he feel like, and what would he have done? And he's like, we have to revenge your loss.
Yeah, we have to take revenge. You can't let this be and just not avenge your wolf friend. It's wrong.
And that's not the way either. You're not killing other animals just because they killed your animal.
No. And Tate says that, yes, of course I'm sad, but there will be a new wolf friend, and I'm fine with that. You don't need to take revenge. That's the way. That's what happens.
And he also just got the lecture from Ember that he is not
Yeah.
supposed to do anything stupid without her acceptance or bidding to do so.
Yeah. So Poole just runs off, and he's very clearly upset. And he runs home to his parents.
Yeah, he says that I wouldn't let my wolf friend die for nothing. It's just not right.
Well,
But he
yeah.
didn't die for nothing though. Like it was still
No,
a
he
fight.
didn't. It was a mistake.
But it wasn't
It
for
was-
nothing.
And it was Teir's mistake.
Yeah.
If Teir had not run after Krim and rather looked at the wolf riders who have the stronger nose, the chief, and said like, what did they do? Instead of just blindly running after Krim, it wouldn't have happened.
No.
His wolf friend would have been fine. So the guilt kind of lies on Teir for not thinking before acting.
Poole basically takes on Ted's grief.
Guilt.
Yeah, grief.
Yeah, both guilt and grief. And he just runs into his parents and buries his head in the wolf and is like, it's nothing.
Of course, the parents are like, please tell us. No, it's nothing. And I love when, is it Dushine? Is it Dushine that is mother? Yeah.
No, Tulit is his mother.
But this is Dushine
Yeah.
that is with him. Yeah.
Tulit is also here.
Yeah, but the one who says is like, okay, if something bother you tonight or if there's nothing bother you tonight, you can come and tell us.
No, that's Scott.
Oh, I thought it was Dushine who said it.
No, it goes to Scott.
Oh. My bad, but I felt it was so funny. It's like, okay, if this nothing is gonna bother you, just come and tell us.
It's so sweet. If nothing becomes too much, just say so. We're gonna be here, and
yeah, we know there is something bothering you.
Yeah, it's obvious. And he just tells them he's gonna go to Sust and stay with him.
But he's not. He asks Sust for his bow and arrow.
Yeah, because he couldn't really take it from his parents, because then they would really know something.
They would go after him.
Yeah. So he takes the bow and arrow. He finds a heap of shit and rolls around in it because he thinks it's a ner-wolf shit.
Yeah, he's like, I wonder what he's feeding this ner-wolf because this shit smells like hell.
Yeah, and he just rolls around and it's like, oh, at least they won't smell me.
He was right about that. Or they smelled him. Or they smelled him, but
they
not
smelled the shit.
Him. They didn't know there was an elf coming.
Yeah. And he's setting up and readying his arrow. And as he's setting up, aiming his arrow, suddenly someone behind him says, got you.
And lifting you up by his neck.
Yeah.
It's Leringhen, if you didn't realize, though.
You little fish, you came up the wrong river tonight. And what are you swimming in? Whatever you swimmed in stinks.
Yeah, obviously.
Whether or not it was the ner-wolf's shit didn't really matter, because the ner-wolf that shit smelled more than Sust probably did in the first place.
Yeah, and not Sust, Poole.
Sorry, Poole.
And I feel that Poole is not trained enough yet to sneak up to Leringhen, because Leringhen knows a lot of their ways. If it was a normal human being, he would have succeeded. But since it's Leringhen, no, he's too young.
Poole thought that as long as I roll around in this shit, he will never smell me coming.
He smelled you a mile away.
So I don't really have to sneak up and do this tactically because they won't smell me, so I can just almost walk in there.
Yeah, no, he smelled you a mile away.
Yeah. So I don't think he was even being tactical about
No.
how he came towards his hideout because he thought he wouldn't notice him anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just too young.
Yeah. But he gets caught and he gets bound.
Leringhen doesn't really want to hurt him. Leringhen wants him to call on his tribe
Yeah.
or his kind to come and get him, or like all of them to come, basically.
Yeah. And he says that I'll die first.
But
Obviously, he's not calling for his parents to come.
but do you know your parents? Do you know your tribe? Like, obviously they're gonna notice that you're gone and come for you.
Yeah.
And
And
like they say,
Dushan does.
a mother instinct. It's like, I feel there's something wrong. Like,
Yeah.
there's something in me that tells me to just go and look for him.
And Dushan wakes up and thinks to herself, can't sleep. My hackles are up. It's just worry over the still one. Or why is Pool's wolf here?
Yep.
Why isn't it with Pool? What is going on? And it leads her over to Krim and Pike and Sust's hideout
And he's not
or
there.
den and realizes that he's not there.
No. So he runs off to Ember and tells her Pool is off or Pool is missing, and she just runs.
Yeah. And Ember runs over and tells Scouter and Tilly that Pool is missing. And Dushan has gone after him.
Yeah, she didn't have a second to spare.
No.
Which is kind of stupid because now she's attacking Leringhen all alone.
Yeah. Leringhen isn't the kind of person to hurt the elves.
No.
He has shown that many times. He doesn't kill to kill.
But he's
He has a
willing to
purpose.
kill to get what he wants.
Yes, but he only kills if he has the right purpose to.
Yeah. But
All
now
this time, he has never tried to kill them.
No, because that will make them further away from each other and harder for him to get Mender.
Yeah.
He knows that.
Yeah.
And he needs Mender alive.
Yeah. But Dushan is very impatient. So she shoots the ner-wolf with an arrow and then she runs straight towards Leringhen.
And he's trying to hit her with his spear. He misses, but all her body is like hitting the shaft of the spear.
Yeah,
so
but
she's like
he only misses because she turns in the last second.
Yeah.
And she throws her knife,
But
very specifically, to cut all the ropes that is holding Pool.
Yeah, but all the air is knocked out of her and she gets badly injured.
Yeah, Leringhen.
She was coming so fast against him.
Yeah, Leringhen looks her over and says that she probably has some broken ribs and maybe a punctured lung. She will die eventually of this, but it will take a while.
Yeah.
Meaning that he knows the healer is gonna show up. And I can use this for all it's worth to get my hands on a healer.
But he also kind of knew that the rest would show up eventually, since now he had two of them and they would come looking for them.
But he has even a bigger bargaining point because she's hurt and she needs the healer.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird. He's like, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, I'm sure that you were the one that enticed Andrew. And in the next moment, the other elves have arrived.
Letting him propose a deal.
Yes.
You can get these two back if I get the healer.
Yes, I'll even let the healer heal this one.
Yeah.
But I want the healer.
The healer comes with me.
Yeah.
No deal, says Ember.
Scott and Tilly sends to both Dushan and Pool, to both Dushan and Pool, and promises to help them and to save them, and they will get them back, and they won't die. They're not going to be hurt. Everything is going to be fine. And you can see the determination in Scott's eyes.
Oh, he is ready to just push Mender straight into Leringhen's hand.
Yeah.
He wants his family back because his family is more important than his tribe.
Yeah. Ember says we'll be back because they feel like we need to talk.
We need to have a proper council with this.
Yeah. So
And
Leringhen
discuss
tells
our
them
options.
Leringhen tells them that you haven't told that the sun rises above that tree. So they start talking. What do we do? Do we send Mender out?
Or can Mender pain send to put Leringhen out?
No, because he has to touch him to do that. So he can. Then what do? We need to help them. But they're not willing to give up Mender. And I get that because that's all he wants.
In a way, Mender is a pretty good fighter. So
he's a fierce fighter.
Good solution to actually just give him up and he might be able to find his way out by himself.
Yeah, if he were able to touch Leringhen, he could pain send to him and get himself out of there.
But at the same time, then the whole tribe stands without the healer and they don't know when they're gonna get a new one. Or there's a lot of like
not only getting a new one, they want Mender back.
True. But just like they're not just losing a tribe, maybe they're losing some special power that they basically need in this war.
And they know that the Jun really, really, really wants. And there's going to be a new fight of getting Mender back from the Jun, which they don't want.
No.
It seems like in all of this that Ember really wants them to sit down calmly and make a plan.
Yeah,
we're gonna get Dushine and pull back. We don't want to actually give up Mender, but we need to make a plan so that we can get them back.
We need Leringhen to believe that we're giving him Mender so we can get Dushine healed and pull back to safety, and then we have a way to get Mender back too.
Yeah, because in everything that Ember says, she never says that we're not helping them. We can't deliver Mender willingly to them.
No, but in Scouter's eyes, it's taking too long. Like, he just wants them to attack right now. He wants his son back right now.
There's too many feelings. There's too much at stake for him. He's not really thinking clearly.
He shouldn't be a part of this council, actually. Because he's just full of rage.
And he's too emotionally evolved in this situation.
He's not thinking logical.
Yeah. And at this point, Ember still thinks that Leringhen could be a friend to the Wolf Riders. And she tries to say that maybe it can be like Little Patch, like Gifa.
Like Gifa? No, Gifa betrayed us.
Yeah. Even Tilit says that. He can be a friend to us.
Yeah, she wants to let him live.
Yeah.
Scouter still don't agree though. He's like, your rule is still not to kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And at that moment, he slaps her. He slaps Ember right in the face.
He is now threatening her chief position.
Yes, this is an official challenge. And that's kind of been looming over them for a while. He tried challenging before and kind of gave it up.
But he has been smuggling a lot of feelings that is just like bubbling up inside him right now, and he's exploding and it's going against Ember. He has been doing that. He has a lot of feelings from different things.
He's been holding on to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That he hasn't been letting out, and now everything, suddenly the bombs go off.
Yeah, and Ember gets the shit.
And Ember realizes that he's fighting to kill.
He's fighting to become chief so he can go and kill Leringhen and get his son back.
Yeah. He's not only fighting for himself, but for 3 lives. For his son and for his life mates.
And it's hard for Teir to watch because he is not used to this kind of way.
No.
He hasn't seen a chief fight like this before.
Yeah, and he thinks to himself, from now on, you do nothing without my say. Not with magic, not with wood's lore, nothing. That's the way. Like, I just have to sit here and watch all of this go down?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Because you can't interfere in a challenge. This is a challenge. one that Ember loses.
Yeah. She's laying on the ground, and Scudder is standing on top of her.
And he took her choose luck.
Yeah, that's the end of this issue.
Yeah.
And right before this, we see that Rowb gets
A letter?
answer from
Yeah.
the Jun. And he's like, you got 1 week. Either it's your head or it's Leringhen's head.
Yeah. You succeed in a week.
And I feel like,
Or you
yeah,
lose
it's
a
going to
life.
be your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not winning this, Rowb.
No.
The Jun doesn't really care of your life.
No, absolutely not.
No. It's been over for you for a while, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So for the next episode, we're going to talk about Wild Hunt Part 22, 23, and 24.
So until next time, go recognize a troll.